Hello everyone, I am Crawlers and this is some more community map project map update thingy. Now the map, as you can see, has gotten a few more things built up on it, trees and leaves notwithstanding. There are also a few buildings added and a water temple at the Bravo flag. Things are starting to really come together for this map, as you can see, although you can see the textures aren't updated. Now this doesn't mean that they didn't texture these objects, it just means that these are placeholder textures, sort of like the default ones, that standard beige ones that with grids that make it easier for dice to see placement and general location of things. Just the basic ones that don't require a whole lot of time to put on the map. Also added are the transport choppers, as you can see. I'm sure this will be the most of the vehicles on this map. And although the vegetation is really everywhere on this map, since it's a jungle map after all, the helicopter gunner can really put a dent in the other team if your pilot is, somewhat competent and good enough to that he doesn't jump out at the first lock-on warning like mine did all the time. Now, as I said, there's the new water temple added to B flag where, the waterfall is, and the idea here is that the water literally falls through the temple center, forming a little lake at the center that you can dive into, and there are actually small tunnels that you can use to swim to the either side of this thing if the need arises to get some cover from the baddies, shooting from all sides at you. It looks quite fun, if a little annoying that the water droplets kind of obscure your field of view and make it hard to see any enemies that are at at B flag. Now, this stage of the build of the community map project map is what they call the blockout. This means that DICE has pretty much nailed down the scale of the map pieces and the flag locations, and will now be focusing on placing the points of interest and buildings and fences and obstructions and barricades and such. This is where the little sub-assemblies come in. Flag A, for example, is the medical clinic according to DICE. The story behind this is that it was a testing of biological weapons facility that has taken place here. Indigenous monkeys were the test subjects, obviously monkeys, because why not? The monkeys did breach the facility, however, leaving the place in disarray, maybe as a result of the biological strain. So, very Resident Evil this, and Super Umbrella Corporation. Now the flag B, as I said, is the waterfall and temple ruins, which is a quote ancient temple being reclaimed by the jungle, heavily featured water as it is heavily featuring water as it is placed behind a waterfall. It's actually placed literally beneath a waterfall. The goal is to have fighting happen through and behind the waterfall and through the thick water mist blanketing the area. This is somewhat actually similar to the idea that I mentioned earlier, that a waterfall could be like a one-way mirror, a wall of water to a cave entrance, and that idea wasn't very popular because people didn't like the one-way mirror idea. Flag C, or Ghost Town, was a former logging camp village which used to supply the nearby logging camp with workers, abandoned after the outbreak, made up of more rickety shacks and similar structures, also being reclaimed by the jungle at this point. And they are quite right about them being rickety. One tank shell just decimates the entire shack, you know, and leaving no cover for the rest of that round. So you can pretty much mow down anyone inside that thing. Now Flag D is a swath of jungle that has been cleared to provide lumber and land for a palm oil plantation facility nearby. And Flag E is the palm oil plantation, once thought to become the local region's economic powerhouse, now stands empty with signs of military duress from trying to control the outbreak. So again, very umbrella corporation. And I mean, it's an interesting idea and it's an interesting take on the map. It has this certain bad company to Vietnam feel to it, and DICE is testing at the moment the points of interest, as I said, so they don't want specific feedback on small things like trees and spawns and vegetation and cover or lack thereof. What they're looking for is the overall theme of the points of interest, if they look and work well, if they are well placed, how is the overall theme of it. So if anyone here has CTE downloaded, I want to see each and every one of you in a server testing and playing these things, especially now that DICE is testing the 120 Hz tick rate for one of the servers. So thanks for watching. Please rate and share this video as it helps my channel grow. Check out my other videos at the end of this one. And remember, in Soviet Russia, YouTube subscribes you.